Morning guys, you join me this morning in the driver's seat of my classic 2008 Ford Mondeo diesel. Only 178,000 miles on the clock, in near mint condition. Well, not far off. Never fails to get me from A to B, although B is quite often the local mechanic's garage these days. But we shall speak no more of that. I'm here to do a run this morning. I've got a 24k long run on the cards. I'm about to reveal my new shoes that I'm hoping I'll be using for the ultra marathon in May. There they are, my smiley face carrier bag. Anybody tell what they are from the little sneak peek there? Wait for it. Ta-da! ASICS Trabuco Max 2, as recommended by Bev, who always comments nicely on my videos. Thank you, Bev. I've had one run in them so far, 14 kilometers on mixed terrain, and they were absolutely spot on. Probably the comfiest shoes I've ever worn. So I'm going to wear those for the 24k today, see how we get on. And I've got a route that I've plotted on Komoot, never been on it before, so there could be some interesting navigation going off, but it's quite a flat route compared to what I'm used to. Heading towards the canal and river in town, once I've navigated my way through the busiest country park. I seem to have turned up just in the middle of people getting ready for a kids football match, so this car park I was expecting to be mostly empty. It's absolutely rammed, but anyway, I'll make my way through that and follow the course and see how we get on. Catch you in a bit. Okay, nothing but technical issues so far. My watch wouldn't show me the Komoot route that I've got planned, and then GoPro didn't turn on at the second attempt, so I had to reseat the battery. I think we're off and running now. There is a football match going off up there. I'm just at the Avenue Country Park. So we're parked at the country park, setting off running through it, and then I'll be on routes I've never been on before, various mixture of terrain, trails, paths, roads, and I should be heading over to where the River Rother is and the Chesterfield Canal. So it should be a fairly flat route today, but 24k is the third longest run I've ever done, as far as I can remember. I've done one 26k training run a couple of years ago, and I've done my ultra. I think they're the only longer runs I've ever done. So let's see how we get on. So in terms of pacing today, obviously it's meant to be a long, slow run. So I'm going to try and, once I've warmed up, just settle into that easy, flowing pace that feels like you could do it forever, and just try and trot along at that for most of the distance if I can. I've got my jacket in my pack because there may be some rain showers later, but it's fairly cold. I'm setting off without my jacket. Be bold, start cold and all that. I think it was 5.5 degrees Celsius according to my car, so not the warmest morning. So Komoot's plotted me the shortest, quickest way from where I parked to the canal, but it's such a convoluted little mishmash of turns and tiny lanes, and yeah, it's taken me a while to get into the flow. But once I'm next to the river and the canal, I'm hoping the navigation will be very easy. Got a view of Chesterfield's crooked spire in the distance there. It's a bit misty, I'm not sure you can make it out on camera. Clear as day where I'm stood. Could have just followed the footpath up there next to the road where I was, but Komoot decided this little trail would be a better way to do the same amount of distance. I'm fairly sure it's longer. More fun though, I guess. Made it next to the water, just crossing the bridge, and I think I run across the front of these houses. Cloud cover's putting the GPS off a bit. Sometimes thinks I'm 10 or 20 meters off from where I am, and then the directions get mixed up and I look down and it seems like I'm off track. when actually I'm not. So that's wasting a bit of time, but not the most pleasant section of the canal, I guess. Or river. I don't even know which one I'm next to. Yeah, it looks a bit grim in places. I think it picks up later on when I get to the bits I'm more familiar with. The path's in a bit better condition here compared to the mud I was running through a second ago. We might be heading into more pleasant territory finally. Oh look, a wheelie bin. Lovely round here. This is more like it. There's actually people about and it looks like the place has been looked after. So. Not a duck. Made it alongside Tesco. Hope they've ordered plenty of bananas in. I've had mine this morning and half a flapjack after 5k. Got 17.5k to go. I guess it's a good sign that I keep forgetting that I've got my new shoes on. They're just working, nice and comfortable. Don't really notice them. They're max cushioned, so ideal for these long plods, I think. Plenty of grip underneath as well, so they cope with mud and pretty much any terrain I've tried so far. Nice wide smooth path on this bit. I used to run on it a few times when I lived with my brother for a while, not far away from here. Seem to have a pacer. It's been in front of me for a good while now. Just tried eating the second half of my chocolate flapjack while I was still running. My breathing was too difficult, so walked for a little while. My pacer got a bigger lead on me, but he's just walking now, so I guess he's fueling up again. I went past the chap who was accidentally pacing me while he was still walking past the visitor centre there and the cafe. So maybe he was stopping for something to eat. All on my own now. Nice wide bit of the canal here. Right, the canal path has finished. I'm onto a little muddy single track now. Not really sure where I am. Not been down here before. This is what I mean about my navigation. The purple line just at the bottom right is where I am. Because the GPS signal keeps disappearing and reappearing and it's pretty weak, it thinks I've jumped over up there somewhere on the other side of some water. So that's definitely not the case. I just have to keep adjusting, and about every 200 meters my phone Komoot app says the GPS signal's lost, or we've got the GPS back again guys, but you may have missed some turns. I'm like, gee, thanks Komoot, tremendously helpful. Back on what I'm guessing is the old railway line, Trans-Pennine Trail. Nice round here. Just spoken to 3 people and got completely blanked each time. I'm heavily focused on just keeping up this gentle running pace now, as well as navigating. Legs are feeling a bit heavy, and there's just over 9k to go. Oh, it's just navigated me off the trail and back on it up these steps. What a waste of time that was. That was supposed to be a more cheerful update, so I noticed my mood dropping a bit and I was just complaining all the time. But yeah, as you start to tire, it gets longer between updates. and when you do have them, usually complaining about something, so apologies for that. Oh, my GPS signal is weak. More football going off wherever this is. It's directing me off the nice path again. I bet this one loops around and joins up again. I don't know why Komoot insists on using every muddy trail it can find. I stand corrected, he wants me to go onto this path. Good old Komoot. Morning. Can I just squeeze past? Sorry.
No.
Thanks very much.
No problem.
I knew it. I've been running parallel to the track I was on all this time. And now it wants me to get back on it. Up these steps. Gosh darn Komoot. Could have just followed that. Oh man. Stay tuned for more complaints. I'm beginning to wonder if some Vaseline on the taters might have been a good idea this morning. Getting a bit sweaty. In case I forgot to mention it, I've had my SIS Isotonic Energy Gel, apple flavour. Very nice. I think I recognise this junction. I've got to turn right. I think that's where I came from on the Spire Ultra. Or at least when I came to Recce, that bit, I've run on that bit down there, but where I've just come from, that was all new to me. Thankfully it was just a straight railway path, so I think that was my brother trying to call me. Oh, I think I may have gone too far left. Of course I want the little dirt track next to the bridge. I think. Or could it be the one before the bridge? Who knows? Try this one. Right, I'm back at the country park, about 800 metres till I get back to where my car is, and it's been a really good run. Really pleased with how well I've kept going, kept jogging along throughout pretty much the entire distance, apart from 3 wild wee stops and walking to eat a couple of flapjack halves. But yeah, it's been a really good run. Really impressed with the shoes as well. There's been no trouble at all, kept me really comfortable, and absolutely great run. Mood's improved now, I'm nearly back at the car of course. But it's been a good one. Thanks a lot for joining me here guys, as part of my ultra training for the 56km Shires and Spires Ultra I'll be doing on May the 12th. So I think this is the end of week 15 of my training. Week 16's a recovery week, which I'll be ready for. Just got 12k to do tomorrow on the Sunday, and that's into recovery week then, so that's all good. So hopefully you'll join me for my next adventure, the next part of my training. Not sure what that's going to be yet, but I hope to see you there. If you do want to subscribe to my channel, it is free. Just press the button and watch the subscriber count go up by one. Thanks again, I'll see you soon.